David and Goliath, narrated by Shawn. Once upon a time there was a large war between the Philistines and the Jews. On the Philistine side there was a monstrous warrior. He was the Hulk before the Hulk, the Muhammad Ali of the ancient world, the greatest warrior of his time, Goliath. Goliath was huge, 8 feet tall and pure chiseled muscles, with shining armor and a wicked sharp sword. Just the sight of him made the Jews quail in fear. Every day Goliath would step outside from the Philistines' camp and shout, "Come out, you ungrateful Jews, and face me like men. I challenge any of you to fight me to the death. Come out, you cowards." However, most of the Jews were too scared to even talk back to Goliath. Yet there was one Jew who was brave enough to fight Goliath. The only problem was, he was just a kid. Compared to Goliath, he looked like a little baby. Still, David knew it was his destiny to defeat Goliath. "Mother," David said, "I want to fight Goliath." "Don't be silly," his mother said. "You're too weak. Now go deliver this bread to your brothers in the army." So David went to his brothers in the army. "Can I fight with you guys?" David asked his brothers. "No," they replied. "You're too weak. Leave the fight to us." Distraught, David went to one last person, King Saul. "King Saul," David said, "can I go fight Goliath?" Now, unlike David's mother and brothers, King Saul saw potential in David, so he said yes, and gave David armor. However, he had no sword to give David. "Not to worry," said David, "I'll just use my slingshot." So now, with the King Saul's approval, David went off to fight Goliath. "Who are you?" Goliath yelled as David approached. "I am David," he answered, "and I wish to slay you." These words were so ludicrous to Goliath that he threw back his head and laughed. While he was laughing, David took out his slingshot and fired at Goliath. The mighty Goliath fell to the ground, dead, and David was hailed as the savior of the Jews.